As you can see, I'm on site here in Central Dogmatica to talk about something that Konami has teased for the future of this franchise. Throughout 25 years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Through 80 plus sets, thousands of unique cards, and the introduction of Synchro, Xyz, Link, Pendulum, Rush Duels, Konami has always produced a TV animation to go along with the growth of the series. It's an expensive way to advertise your cardboard, but it's brought us the likes of Seto Kaiba, the Shadow Realm, It Should Have Been Me, Not Him, It's Not Fair, and a bunch of other shows that came after the original series. My point is that Konami is always putting their newest concoctions on display on the big screen. Well, with the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime pivoting largely towards Rush Duels with entries like Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel, the latest and greatest sets featuring your favorite meta monsters, your homebrew pet decks, and the FTK enabler posted all over your Twitter feeds have gone missing from the big screen. Well, with the 25th anniversary celebration, Konami released an animation celebrating 25 years worth of glorious cardboard. Starting of course with Dark Magician, and then Blue Eyes. But not the Blue Eyes that you're used to seeing, because this one is a Synchro monster. Then we go to the Spirit Charmers. Look at them playing around with all their elemental powers and their elemental familiars. But wait, is that Gigabyte? The very same Gigabyte that would go on to become he of the famed name Gaga Gigo? The same Gaga Gigo who would leverage his mastery over ice skating, the wiki's words not mine, to defeat the Goblin attack force. The same ice skating Gaga Gigo who would be reconstructed by the famed Dark World researcher Kozaki and don the name Gaga Gigo? Look, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me let you in on a little secret. Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards are more than just their attack points and the silly little text filling up the silly little box below. In fact, pretty much since the days of early Yu-Gi-Oh!, Konami has constructed many of their monsters around their own lore sets, often requiring a bunch of overexcited lore nerds to piece together hundreds of card artwork to uncover why these two monsters are facing each other at this year's WWE SmackDown vs. Raw. Konami would expand on this concept by starting expanded lore universes, starting with Duel Terminal in 2011. Duel Terminal would tie together the next 4 years of card releases, giving a storied purpose to decks like Shadow, Naturia, Worms, Ice Barriers. I could go on, but let's zoom in on that last one. Because, oh look, there they are, living out their story in the finest animation that Master Duel Revenue can buy. Turns out Trishula isn't some evil monster designed for the sole purpose of ripping cards out of your hand. He's a criminal being held at the highest security prison by the Ice Barrier tribe. And if it wasn't for those same Ice Barriers releasing Trishula from his prison, maybe I'd still have some cards in my hand. On a serious note, this is the selling point of the animation, and the desire for an anime. Konami spent a lot of time refining their card lore formula, and what better way to bring those stories to life than with their own anime focused on card lore instead of spiky-haired protagonists. But this is where things get interesting, because, as shown in the 25th animation, there's a lot of ground to cover. In the last 15 years, we've seen the release of Duel Terminal, World Legacy, my personal favorite, the Branded or Abyss lore, Vsauce, Star Frost, and many other small card universes like the S-Force and their criminal hit list, Majestus and its Wonder Boy Alistair, etc. What worries me is that with all these wonderful stories, there might be a shortage of screen time. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, not all these stories were made equally, neither in quantity or quality. And if I gotta slide under that turnbuckle and start throwing hands for more Albaz and Ecclesia, by God, put me in. The story of Albaz covers multiple regions, multiple factions, like 100 names you gotta remember. It's got fight scenes, a tournament arc, slice of life, and probably the most peak shonen anime scene ever. Like the entire story is written like a shonen anime, but this part's just mwah. Plus, the card art has some of the most twisted and evocative scenes in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Carddom. All that to say, if it gets any less than the full shonen complement of 12 odd episodes, there'll be hell to pay. What the branded brain rot part of me doesn't understand is, chances are, that's not going to happen. Keep in mind, every year the list of cards and lore archetypes grows longer and longer. You know Vsauce, the guy behind some of the most fun formats of all time. What about him? Diabellstar was briefly teased in the animation alongside baby boy war criminal Poplar. And what if they decide to make an anime based around the currently uploading cards, you know, so they can promote the current products? Admittedly, I'd probably be happy with any sort of crumbs that they gave us. God knows I'll be in line for the story of White, even if it costs me an arm and maybe multiple legs. Oh, by the way, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps me fund my expensive cardboard addiction. To further feed into our cope, the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG Twitter put out a tweet survey intended to see what the 25th special anniversary animation cooked up in terms of interest. Now, with the help of our friends over on Reddit, we can see exactly what they were scoping out. From a very blunt, did you immediately go out and buy product after seeing the 25th anniversary animation, to the all-important, would you like to see more animations of this style? And where would you like to see them? I think question 8 is the most interesting and polarizing, as it asks you to directly highlight 3 stories that you like from the 25th anniversary. If this even has like a 3% chance of affecting which cards get featured in official animations in the near future, I better not see any of you voting for Melfi. Interestingly, the survey is solely for the OCG community, and as far as I know, we haven't had anything similar in the West. And while I'm extremely confident that Konami will do the right thing given their incredible track record, I do hope that we get our own survey, if only as a way to, express what we want and our interests. It's either that or make a video essay. Ultimately, we don't have any hard confirmations about any future visual media from Konami, but with the animation ending with the splash animation, Konami Animation, we have enough medical grade copium to support a lifetime. Now, the original script ended here, but as of literally a few days before the video was supposed to release, the Konami animation team put up a new video. This time, a tie-in animation for the Tactical Tri-Deck series of OCG products. The 15-second animation features the Cyber Dragon Tri-Deck, the Live Twin Tri-Deck, and quite literally Floodgate Turbo, also known as the Eldritch Tri-Deck. They aren't even trying to hide it anymore. Now, given that the video is about 15 seconds long, with about 10 seconds of precious, well-crafted animation, I think it bodes well for the cope that maybe the animation team is spending their work hours on some other, larger projects. That, or I'm about to uncover the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh! Fraud story since the dawn of Yu-Gi-Oh! Journalism.